Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I've got 3 replays for you in the American Tier 6 Premium Light Tank, the ROVER 237. So yeah, the ROVER 237 got some good replays on this tank. It's a pretty decent light tank, to be fair. It does have its drawbacks though, which I will go through. And just before I sort of go through what I think about this tank, just look at the equipment I'm running on this tank. So I've got optics, camo net and advanced gun lane drive. On the perks I run Born Leader, Rapid Reload, 6th Sense, Steady Aim, Situational Awareness, Muffled Shot, Camouflage Expertise, Green Thumb and Run and Gun. Now I must add a bit of a caveat, I'm not in front of my Xbox at the moment, so don't actually, basically if you have the option to swap out advanced gun lane drive for vert stabs, I would do it. I don't think you can, because most tier 6s don't have that option. It's usually tier 7 and above that you can start to put vert stabs on tanks. But if you do have the option to put vert stabs on this thing, I would do it instead of advanced gun lane drive. Equally with the perks, I would swap out Green Thumb or Muffled Shot for the snapshot perk. The main reason I say that is because the accuracy on this thing can be a bit troll, particularly on the move. This tank for me, I sort of play a lot like an active scout, which you can see here, rather than a passive. Now you can play the passive role as such, but for me the mobility is really good on this tank, so I kind of just like to play it as like an active scout rather than a passive. The tank is quite tall as well, so you know, you're not going to be as effective on the camo as what you are with some other tier 6 light tanks, say like the Snakebite or the AMX variants, because you know, with the low silhouette that they have, the camo is usually better. So yeah, that's what I would that's my caveat on the equipment and the perks on that, if you have those options. Just because, like I say, I like to improve the gun handling as much as possible. This, let's say, because it's a light tank, obviously it does suffer those flaws with less accuracy and all that sort of stuff, because obviously you have your really good view range and usually good camo. So first replay, we're on Murovanka, and yeah, these games are going to be quite quick. We've got Mass running the Calliope, or Calliope, however you pronounce it, with us on this replay, and yeah, he's given us some nice assists there. He's sort of backing us up quite well. He's pushed quite far down the 9-0 line, which is the right play. You know, you really want to sort of take control of the flanks as quickly as possible on this map, and if you control a forest on the 9-0 line, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna have the game, because you know you've sort of got the majority of the map control. Not to say you can't win it from the other side. You know, you've got a good defensive position on the hill, so obviously you can shoot what has to come out in the open if needs be, but you know, these guys here, they've not done a very good job of keeping the map control, and we've just pincered them in now basically, and we're just shredding them in. And this is what the ROVER 237 is pretty much capable of. You know, you can just kind of have a whale of a time, and it is a bit of like a run and gun tank. It's you know, you see a lot of them in the game where we just sort of go, they just come steaming in, just sort of aping, and it's a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie. You know, aping can be fun, but obviously you have to pick your right times to do that. You know, end of the battle when you've got all your hit points, you can do that sort of thing, and that's exactly what we've done. And we, you know, come out on the first replay there with 4 kills, 2.4k damage and 1.5k assist. Quite a bit of a fun game there, to be fair. There wasn't really much skill in it, if I'm honest. Picked up a Dimitri's medal, and the first class and the high caliber. So yeah, it was half fun game basically. Second replay, we are on Arctic region. Now, I say the tank, obviously top tier, it's a hell of a lot of fun, and you know, you really can. It can be quite strong actually, top tier. I do find though, when you are bottom tier, you really do start to struggle. I think the thing that sort of stuck out for me was obviously the penetration values. You know, 160 millimeters of penetration on your premium rounds, only about 130 on your standard, I think. So when you sort of start to come up against, you know, sort of a bit more armor, you know, sort of tier 8, that's where your drawbacks are really, which is understandable, I guess. But yeah, you know, can hamper you a little bit. And the power to weight can be a bit iffy. Like sometimes, you know, because of how tall you are, sort of you're quite a big, robust tank, and also sort of trying to get away, get that speed up, can be a little bit slow to get to your top speed, if that makes sense. So yeah, again, when you're sort of those bottom tier games, if you get caught out 740 hit points and you're going up against tier 8s, you get caught out, it's gonna have an impact on your game massively. You are effectively a 2-shot to most sort of high alpha damage heavy tanks and medium tanks, those sort of things. Tank destroyers, it's even worse. You know, you're definitely a 2-shot, but even sort of such tanks like the ISU 152, the Grom, yeah, they could potentially 1-shot you. So yeah, that's those things to sort of be careful of. But obviously with your good view range, you know, you can counter that. You can sort of just be a little bit more passive. Like I say, you have to be in those sort of situations. I know I say this tank doesn't really play a passive role, but you have got to you've got to sort of alternate and sort of be in that passive mentality. Be patient with it, you know, to make those sort of bottom tier games work. But top tier, it's just an absolute riot. It's so much fun. Yeah, and see here on the Arctic region, we've come to sort of the usual spot that we like to come to when we're a light tank, because, you know, we like that cross on the AB line, and you know, you can sort of spot stuff that's, you know, sort of sitting in that mountain area up in C7, C8. We're also getting shots on stuff that is sort of down, that's sort of ventured down into F7. Yeah, FG7 area, and we're getting shots onto, I believe that's a Dreadnought, and we've managed to take him out, which was, you know, really nice kill there, taking out sort of quite a powerful tier 7 tank there. Now we're going to get some shots into, I believe, his Challenger, but he's just ducked into cover, and there's only 5 tanks left now, so I've decided this might be the right time to venture in. However, I didn't realise that there was that VZ, and you can see I've quickly changed my mind, and I'm going to sort of duck back into safety there, because I didn't want to get caught out. I think it's actually is a bottom tier game as well, so yeah, we've done alright actually. See, that was a tier 8, I think. Check tank there, check heavy tank, and we, like I say, we took 1 shot off him, but we didn't want to sort of take any more hits, and we decided to sort of just get back into safety. Enemy team are down to 3 tanks now, so now I'm sort of revisiting my options of potentially going back in on this VZ. And yeah, I was sort of picking up some assists there, which is nice. I'm gonna take the long way around to try and get behind this VZ to put some shots in. The only problem is obviously my team aren't that quick to sort of catch up, so yeah, I kind of need to be a little bit cautious at the same time. But I want to get some more damage in. You know, if I can pick up the kill on this guy, then great, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I think I'm just sort of going to be able to get a few shots off, and yeah, and then that'll be it. But yeah, I might be lucky, might be able to, if I light this guy up, he might then get sort of hit by artillery, which will pick me up some more assist. Can't really get a shot at this stage, but you see artillery does get a shot on. Now I'm trying to line up a shot, but I'm out in the open, so yeah, this could be a little bit dangerous, but I'm sort of going to close the distance here and just sort of get into cover. I've got a tank destroyer behind me, and the Tiger 1 on the other side manages to get a shot in and take him out. So yeah, nice end to the game there, and yeah, we again come top of the board. We pick up 4 kills, just over 2.3k damage with 2.4k assist, picking up the first class there. And again, that was a nice sort of game, particularly bottom tier I think as well. Yeah, it was bottom tier. So yeah, worked out quite nicely. But anyway, on to the third and final replay. We're on Fisherman's Bay here, playing solo. And I think we are definitely top tier in this game. I think the matchmaking actually ends up looking, yeah, really nice matchmaking. Only about 5 tier 6s and the rest are tier 5s. So yeah, we're going to fill our boots on this one. And this should be quite a hell of a game. No artillery in the game, which is quite surprising. Usually you get sort of at least 1 artillery on a sort of tier 5, tier 6 game. Most of the time, you know, you do end up getting 2, so which is always helpful. But no artillery, so we don't have to worry about that. But equally, not so great if we light stuff up. You know, not got artillery to help us out, get any assists. But not to worry. We're going to make the play to the middle because I want to sort of know where the majority of the team is. Knowing Fisherman's Bay, you can see already there's quite a few bunched up in the A1, B1 area, which is sort of, you know, the usual location for players to sort of camp. We did spot a KV1 in the open there, so we got a few shots into that guy. See this tank destroyer, I think it's the toaster, moving along there, just trying to see if we can get some shots in. Don't pick up the kill unfortunately, but it does get taken out. Now we're going to focus our attention to this KV1 that is now moving out in the open, but unfortunately just gets behind a rock in time. We are keeping him lit. Now we get lit up by this Calliope that just comes out of nowhere, and this is the right time to get out and dodge, because no doubt the Calliope is looking at sort of unloading his barrage of rockets close range, and we don't really want that. You know, that could sort of take quite a lot of health actually if it does hit the rear of us. So we get out of there, get a nice sneaky shot onto that light tank that was sitting on the crossway there. Now we're going to sort of, you know, we've got views into the town there, might be able to get a shot onto this one-shot tank. Really want to try and take this guy out. Unfortunately, the gun depression just wasn't enough there, and but he does get taken out by our friendly Sherman there. So we're actually 1 tank down at the moment. It's quite a tight game. Haven't had the, you know, it's not been a barnstormer game so far, but there's still a lot of damage to be had, and we're just being patient, just taking our time, just seeing what we can catch out in the open here. And we see this Churchill, which is out in the open. It does get shut down, and we're being targeted, so we're just going to pull out, just try and get into safety here. You'll see this light tank. I want to try and get some shots into this light tank. He has been tracked, and we do sneak a shot in there. Can we get the kill shot? We can, and that's you know, that's a big kill there. So we've effectively just taken out all their eyes there. I'm the only light tank in the game now, so this is a strong position for me, because now I've got sort of quite free roam. I can sort of go and try and get us, try and light up as many tanks as possible. I'm being quite aggressive here, and I'm sort of, you know, able to poke some shots. And I've got 10 degrees of gun depression on this tank, which is quite nice, so I can play these ridges quite effectively. And we're getting shots into this heavy tank that's in the middle there, and we end up taking him out as a KV1S, so it's another strong tank. Getting some shots into this VK. Unfortunately, we bounced a kill shot there. Can we pick up the kill? We do, getting our 3rd kill of the game. So another one shot here, which is the Calliope, but yeah, I can't quite see him, but he can see us with his rockets. So again, I'm bearing that in mind. He may not be able to shoot us with his gun, but he, you know, the height of that rocket tube, yeah, he can quite easily shoot over that ridge with a rocket. So I don't want to take a barrage unnecessarily. But I'm going to try and get to the side of him. Also want to sort of push him, because I want to light up the tanks that I believe are going to be in the corner there. We do take the Calliope there, so now we're going to move into the corner and see if we can pick up any more damage and pick up some assists. You see we lit up the KV1 there. Going to go in on this German tank destroyer. Going to try and get around the side of him. He's clever to us, knowing which way we're going to come from, but you know, we put some shots in. We do end up getting the kill there, picking up a little bit more assist. That KV1 is getting butchered. He's on fire. He gets taken down. And again, we're just, there is literally no skill to this. It is just, just full on ape basically. But that's the fun of this tank, when you're top tier you can do that. Or you have the potential to do that at the end here, like what we have. We kept all our hit points, so we can take a shot, not a problem. We took him out for our 6th kill. So yeah, games like this are quite fun, but there's not really much skill involved. It's just a laugh doing it in the end. But so we pick up the top gun there. We get 2.1k damage with just over 2.7k assist, and we actually end up picking up the ace there, the high caliber medal, top gun medal. And yeah, it was just a fun game. So the Rover 237, it's a hell of a lot of fun when you're top tier, but not so much when you're bottom tier. But yeah, a decent premium tank all round. So anyway guys, that is it for the video. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give us a like and a subscribe, and yeah, feel free to leave a comment. And as always, I'll catch you next time.